And this was our efforts to talk about how we can continue to encourage positive movement. The position of the United States remains very clear on this. We respect the authority of the Central Bank of Kosovo. We understand it has the responsibility to govern and determine monetary policy for all the territory of the Republic of Kosovo. This isn't about the dinar. This is about the manner in which the regulation of the central bank is implemented, but we're concerned that the manner which is implemented, as my colleague Gabe Escobar talked about last week, we're concerned about the manner which is implemented could be affecting vulnerable populations, and particularly, but not solely limited to the Kosovo Serb community. We think it's important to change its implementation or enforcement to address those concerns, and our conversations on that continue. It's good to see that there are opportunities for both Kosovo and Serbia to provide some thoughts on how that can be done, with follow-on meetings next week under the responsibility of Mr. Vuçiq. We welcome all that. He did not give me specific proposals. I think the government is still working on them as is appropriate. I did want to share our views, which I've consistently done, because we want to be constructive in this process, but we think it's a very important issue to be addressed. The United States has stood firmly with the people of Kosovo for an awful lot of years, and particularly indirectly in response to any threat to the territorial integrity or security of Kosovo, and that remains the case. Kosovo has the benefit of a large NATO mission here, unique in the region, and there's enormous security guarantees associated with the presence of a NATO force. A NATO force that includes several hundred American soldiers standing with NATO allies to ensure freedom of movement, safe and secure environment, and is a complete deterrent to any sort of attack that people are concerned about. I can only say that our commitment to Kosovo security, the security guarantees the United States has provided, remain as strong as they ever have. And we do not lose sleep at night worrying about that threat, because we believe NATO is primed and ready and prepared. And I don't think the people of Kosovo should be losing sleep about this either, because the most successful military alliance in history has a very robust presence here, ready to do the necessary. I think it's important to be very, very clear about what the policy of the United States government is. A fundamental point is we believe that each country should be free for itself to make its own choices for the alliances and the organizations that it belongs to. And in fact, that is a large part of our engagement in support of the people of Ukraine. We welcome and are very aware that Kosovo has made a choice that it wishes to join NATO someday, and we do everything we can to support that goal. We believe it would contribute to regional stability and security. Kosovo does face a challenge in that some members of NATO have not recognized Kosovo the way the United States and many of our partners have, as a sovereign independent state. We want to see that change. We want to see Kosovo's future in NATO advance. Kosovo aligns pretty well with NATO with regard to values and with regard to institutions. So it's more of a question of getting these outstanding issues resolved and seeing it advance. We fully expect to see Kosovo as a full member of NATO someday, and we're working towards that goal. So I think that's all I can say on this issue right now. I would dispute those who want to make comparisons and contrasts of who is standing where in relationship to whom. There's an enormous amount of engagement advancing Kosovo's security, including, if it chooses to exercise it, and as it does, its right to move towards NATO membership. Well, I appreciate the question, because I want to dispute the question completely. That is not what Gabe Escobar said at all. What he said was the Council of Europe issue is an important issue, and there are some European countries that have talked about these additional circumstances. He was not laying out a position of the United States of America.